All right. All right, you guys watching the waiting room? Okay. All right. Okay, got that going. All right. Let's rock and roll. Welcome to this week's edition of the Business Doctor Show. John Pyron here, and I got my cohort, Mr. Co-host Choya Harden in the house. Choya, what's up, dude?
Busy week for us. We've got a speed networking in Hendersonville, North Carolina this Friday. And so really excited about that and just living the dream, man.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Connecting people and enjoying life.
There you go. Oh, it's now isn't there something going on this coming Friday?
That's what I was just talking about. Our speed networking on Friday in Hendersonville, North Carolina.
And give us a little bit of information about that real quick.
It's a half a day power networking event. It's no gatekeepers. It's all the business owners, sales managers, entrepreneurs, professionals. It's there for half a day. They're all there to network and connect. We feed them. We have all kinds of structured and open networking. It's just a fantastic event. Great way to connect with a lot of people fast. Big benefit too is next week I'll send a data file to everyone that attended of all the attendees, so make it easy on the follow up. That's probably worth the cost of the entrance ticket right there. But it's just a very powerful event. We do these all around the company, and always a great experience. So if anybody's going to be in the Hendersonville, North Carolina area next Friday, we still have a few tickets left, and you'll see Rita there too. So.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm it was in my calendar and then I don't know. We got to see what we can do. I might just come down there, dude. Like North
Well,
Carolina.
make sure we know you're coming well beforehand. So talk to me afterwards.
I'm just gonna show up, dude. Like I'm just gonna crash I'm just kidding.
We have a gatekeeper for that. So no.
Well, it's easier. It's like it drives my wife nuts. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission. So,
Uh,
all right, let's get down to it, dude.
we have your
So,
picture. We know what you look like. So
oh
no.
yeah, exactly. I will tell you this, and let's see, Shira or Gene. Okay, what I'm about to say, carve this out, and this becomes a promo for IBM, the speed networking. So when I went there in March, it was is the beginning of
February,
March or the end of February,
end
right?
of February.
End of February. I don't know. I've been going to these types of things forever. This was the most organized, well-ran speed networking event I had ever attended in my 35 years of being in business. And I'm not blowing smoke up your butt just because you're, sponsor of the show. I'm just telling you, man,
Oh, I believe you.
I got a lot out of it. Like I walked away knowing more about everybody's business and whatever he did, that dude that you had do the AI model with the tables and all
Mhm.
that stuff, you guys got that down to a science. But I tell you what, probably the most valuable thing you did was gave and you let everybody know ahead of time. You sent everybody the spreadsheet of everybody. I'm like, who the heck does that? Like,
We
and
do.
And 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 because here's the deal, and I'm going to share this with everybody here. If you get an opportunity to speak, if you get an opportunity to attend any networking event, okay, and they're going to give you the spreadsheet, I don't care what you got going, drop everything, cancel everything, move it all, and go. Because here's the deal. You are going, especially at the speed networking. How many tables you guys have this time?
Well,
12. So the same model, right?
oh, it's the same model everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So 12 tables and an average of 8 to 10 people per table. Okay. And so I think there was 96 at the February one.
Yep.
And what I did is I came back. And so Gene, actually Gene, you have this information. Anybody that sends an email to John, whether it's now or on the recording, send an email, subject line, send me your speed networking model or your speed networking follow-up system. That's what we'll call it. Speed networking follow-up system. Okay. And so what we did is Choya sent us the spreadsheet. We knew it was coming. We created the follow-up email sequences to that list. We put it in our CRM. We put it in a funnel called IBN Speed Networking. Okay. We uploaded, we tagged everybody. We created email follow-up campaigns. We followed up 5 or 6 times. Then we put them in what's called a marketing touch system, and they will be followed up on until eternity happens, or until they buy or die. Now, what that means by that is this: follow up rule number one. You follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up until they buy or die. Okay. Now, what that means is this: they buy, meaning they set an appointment, they get out of that system. Number two, they say, take me off the list, never put me on this list again. Or they just say, take me off the list. Now, have a whole nother separate pipeline called a 6-month follow-up. Take them off that list, put them in here, re-engage them 6 months from now because they're not even going to remember who you are. And but if they ask to be taken off for the list, you by law have to take them off that list, or it's a $10,000 fine per incident, just so we're clear. Okay. So make sure that you take them off the list, but recycle them, because once you have a contact name, phone number, email address, company name, cell number, that's what this list did. I'm like, Gene, put this in this list. We're following up with these people for eternity. We probably got off of let's see, I paid $1,000 to be a speaker. And we probably have gotten probably a 50x return
Nice.
just on the follow up. And we're still not done following up. We won't be following up until I actually die, because that list is just going to be recycled over and over and over. We're going to add value, add value, add value. So, Gene, here's what you have my permission to do. Anybody sending an email and the subject line says IBN, capital letters, intelligent, not intelligent. I used to have a company, IBN, by the way, Intelligent Business Networks. Okay. And you have incredible business towns. Okay.
Incredible business networking.
Right.
Incredible business networking.
Anybody that puts IBN speed networking system or IBN speed networking follow-up system in the subject line, Gene, I want you to send them the step-by-step implemented follow-up system that they can just run with on their own. Okay. Because I don't know, I got what, 9 clients out of that thing? And all of them have implemented the same system and got similar results. So I know it works. Okay. And so, but if you can make it down to North Carolina, you need to get your ticket, because I guarantee you it's going to sell out in the next 24 hours, because I'm going to make sure it happens, because I coach Choya in his business, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to fill it up because we're both competitive. And so, whoever fills the spots between me and Choya wins. Just, we're going public with that right now, and not to drive any energy under Choya's butt, but this is a valuable event. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, man, if you got something that conflicts with it, because I'm thinking of it, the more I'm selling myself right now, I'm going to cancel everything on Friday, just drive to North Carolina
You should.
and speed that working event and register. I think Rita's driving with me. I think Catherine's coming too, you know? So, but anyways, enough of that. Here's the deal. What is the biggest business problem? Here's how we're going to do today. Okay. You get to participate if you're on video. Number one. Number two, you use the Zoom thing here and raise your hand. Okay. If you don't know how to use the technology to raise your hand, just raise your hand and Gene will go in and raise your hand for you. Okay. Or Shira will go in and raise your hand for you. And it's going to be first come, first serve. We're going to do consulting today. We're going to do coaching today. We're going to literally tackle whatever the biggest business problem you have or the biggest opportunity you have. Okay. If you got a deal that's been sitting on the fence and you can't seem to get that closed, I only need about 5 minutes and I will show you how to close that deal. I don't give a crap what it is. Okay. It can be ice cubes to Eskimos. Okay. And we'll role play it here and you're going to close them. Okay. If you have a problem, there's a reason Aaron Opfeld gave me the title, the business doctor. Well, first it was sales doctor, then he called me business doctor. I only need a couple of minutes to solve your number one problem. Okay. So with that said, let's just go round robin. Who wants to go first? Who's got a problem or a challenge? And make sure when I introduce you, tell us who your business is, who your ideal client is, how we get a hold of you. I want this to be valuable for you because you showed up here. Okay. Who wants to go first? Raise your hand, or I'm going to call on someone. Nobody. All right. Beth, Biloxa, personal assistant. Okay. Whoa. Wait. I said Biloxa, and my Alexa Echo Dot thought I was talking to it. That's cool. All right. So you're apparently a household name now. Okay.
I am.
Alexa off. Jeez. Okay. Inserting herself into my meeting here, man. Right. So what's on your mind? What can we help you out with today?
I am just slowly getting clients. So if you know anybody that needs a Biloxi personal assistant, then send them my way. Anybody who needs any help, anything that you don't want to do, I am the girl to do it.
Yep. And guess who Beth is? Beth is my personal assistant. I hired Beth. She started last Monday, knocked it out of the park, took care of everything, got a bunch of stuff off my plate. And guess what that does for Beth? Beth gets to stay with me as long as she wants until she doesn't want to be with me no more. Because I didn't have to do a bunch of stuff last week and I got a bunch of my time back. And I got to travel to Washington, D.C. with the family and be unplugged while she ran the show. Okay. And so, in your own words, Beth, why did I hire you? What is the value that you brought to the table for me as an owner?
I gave you your time back. You need your time so you can spend it with the people that are valuable to you, and you only have so much. God's not going to give you any more.
Yeah. And two of my people on my team are on this call. So Gene, I'm going to ask you first. Okay. So you worked with Beth last week. Okay. You've been with me for 2 years. Okay. Now you can be honest and candid here. You're muted, by the way. Okay. You can be honest and candid here. Was it a breath of fresh air or not?
It is that it actually is. I'm not even kidding. Yeah. She's been great. She's been follow on. I mean, you don't have to tell her what to do or something like that. She does everything like without even asking or anything. I don't know how she did that, but it's awesome.
Now that's really cool because she's actually your boss, and you communicated in such a way where I don't believe how she did all this. You know? But
Thank you, Gene.
the thing is like, and you know, it was a lot easier dealing with her than it was dealing with me, right? Am I right or am I wrong? You can be honest. You're not going to embarrass me. You're not throwing me under the bus. You're not disrespecting me. Okay, just be honest. Was it better dealing with her than it is dealing with me?
Oh, it's a different thing. I mean, I love her and I love the way
You love her and you only been with her for a
Yes.
week? Wow. Now, the reason I say that, and I want it to be candid here and honest and real and transparent, is I am a type D driver, bottom line personality business owner. Okay. I will grow and scale this company or any company I run. And sometimes I'm nice about it, sometimes I'm not. Okay. I've gotten a whole lot better over the years. But one of the things I don't need to get drugged into, like most of us owners get drugged into, is all the minutia back in, dot the I's, cross the T's, administrative stuff. I can't grow and scale my company if I'm being dragged into invoicing, finance, managing my task list, managing my calendar, booking appointments. Like there was so much going on in my company last week because I was traveling. I didn't know what was going on, but apparently it all got done and people are happy. You know? And so, but that's just the deal. is like you need somebody like her in your life for your business. So now, oh man, I ultimately need somebody. I can't afford that. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Here's the deal. Don't ever pay for it. Because here's what happened. I signed the agreement with Beth. Can I afford it? Absolutely. Am I going to pay for it? Absolutely not. Okay. I learned this from Robert Kiyosaki. I signed the agreement, which then put a fire under my butt to go find somebody to pay that invoice, even though I fronted the money. I think I fronted the money for 9 hours. Okay. I paid the invoice. I'm like, somebody's paying my butt back. Okay. I told Gene, I'm like, I ran some, like, I think 2 calls, closed somebody on a strategy session, got my money back. Okay. And then all week long, you're like, hey, I need more time. Okay, well, that cost me more money. I went out and found somebody else to pay for that. So it's not a problem of you being able to afford her services. You bring her on, all she did was free up 10 to 15 hours a week of my time. I took that time, I repurposed it, went out and got another client. I don't have to service them now because Beth services them, or Beth handles the dot the I's, cross the T's, and all that stuff, and I can grow and scale the business. And a lot of us on here as business owners, I myself included, okay, our biggest problem is we won't get out of the way. Okay. And that's what you brought to the table. And so what else do you bring to the table of a business owner?
Well, what is it that I don't bring to the table? So really, I will do everything for that business owner, anything that they need. So I bring everything. I bring their pepper pots to their business.
There you go. There you go. So here's an example. I already made a decision on today's call. I'm going to go to Choya's speed networking event on Friday. It was that valuable for me before, and so all I have to do, I'm doing it live on this call just as an example. Beth, please rearrange my schedule on Friday so I can attend Choya's networking event and put it back on my calendar, and also get with Choya and register me and pay for it, please. That's it. That's all I got to do. I don't have to send an email. I don't have to do a text message. I don't have to follow up on it. I just have to say, hey, can you do that for me? And you're going to say,
Done.
done. Okay. Do you need any other information from me?
Your credit card.
Exactly. I ain't gonna give that on this live call, but I will give you the card. Okay. And, now here's
Every
the
woman
other-
wants that.
exactly.
Hey, us
Now-
guys too. We'll take the credit card.
Now, I want to, for the sake of every single business owner here and every single business owner that's going to listen to this thing, okay? She just brought something to the table that if I don't handle right now will cost me time, not duplicate and multiply my time. I'm going to give you my credit card, okay? I'm going to send it over to you. You'll have all the numbers and everything. You have an authorized spending limit of up to $500 without talking to me. Okay. As long as it fits the mission of the company, the vision of the company, and it moves us forward. I don't want to be involved in any decision below that number. Okay. Now,
Unless you want to double that and be the presenting sponsor again.
is it open?
It is open.
Oh,
It's
there.
going to be me. It's going to be me otherwise. So
Is it the same price?
same price, same situation.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. It's the presenting sponsor on Eventbrite.
Oh.
I was the
You
backup.
had a speaker, dude.
You are a better speaker, so.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I appreciate that. But
And go ahead and plan on a full 15 minutes instead of 10. So,
Okay.
well, yeah, well, last time you gave me 25 because
well, I did give you all my time the last one. We'll talk. We'll figure out how much you need and make it work.
whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever.
Well, hey, I know a guy involved in the planning, so we'll discuss it afterwards. So.
There you go. And here's something for all you business owners. Always have a 5-minute speech. Always have your 30-second commercial, your 1-minute commercial, a 5-minute speech, a 10-minute speech ready to go at any time. Okay. Because if you go back and Gene, I think you have it. So send it to everybody here so they can see what's the speed networking event's about. But Kadeem gave us the professional recording of the event. And you're gonna, when you watch the video, it's great content, by the way.
Do you want me to put that link up so people can see it?
Yeah, but Choya comes to me. I'm done with I rehearsed the talk, got it all timed. I was done. I got my time. He goes, "Oh, hey, why don't you go ahead and why don't you take my time and continue?" And he comes up and whispers that in my ear, and I'm like, and I told the audience, you'll see it live. I'm like, here's the deal, guys. Never ever put yourself in a situation where you're not prepared. Have a 10-minute talk ready to go like that, because he just gave me 10 minutes and now here's what we're going to do. And I rolled. I didn't even hesitate. Went right into another 10 minutes of power packed content that rocked. I grabbed everybody's attention. Nobody was going to it ain't about John Pyron being great, by the way. Okay. I just want to be very clear and humble about this. I've had some great coaches over the years. I've had some great speaking, and I've made a crap ton of mistakes. Okay. And I sucked at one time. Okay. And it's okay. If you don't feel comfortable on video, suck at it for a while until you become better. Okay. You will get more clients. Okay. If you think about it, the psychology, if you get them as a prospect or you get them as a client, they got to see you anyways. Okay. Unless you're an online funnel that never talks to nobody. But if you're in a relationship business and you're afraid of video, do it. You don't have to be good. You will get good the more you do it. It's like when you started riding a bike, you fell. Can you imagine? All of it. A lot of us are parents. Can you imagine? It's like, hey, little Johnny, is starting to try to walk, and he's walking around the room and he's touching, he's holding on, and all of a sudden, little Johnny falls. Can you imagine the parent going, you know what, dude, you had your opportunity, okay, to walk. You sucked. You just stay there on the ground forever. No, that's not what we do as parents. We're like, okay, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Right? Same for all of us. You don't get good at something by being paralyzed by fear. Okay? And so the reason I'm going off on this tangent is I remember when I met Beth. Okay, we were at an IBN meeting, okay, PF Chang's, and she said about her military background, which caught my attention immediately because she got some discipline there. And she explained to me what she was doing. I'm like, this woman's got to blow up. Like, I got to have this person as my assistant, number one, and I got to ensure she's assistant for a lot of clients so she stays in this business so I can keep her forever. Okay. And so when you find something that works in your business, double down, triple down, quadruple down on it till you can systematize it where it goes beyond you, is the point. Okay. And if you don't know how to do it, surround yourself with people that know how to do it. Okay. See, like Catherine Stelflew, okay, is on this call. She's a client of mine, friend of hers. She is now my new financial planner whenever I get time enough freed up, because that's why I hired Beth to actually fill out all the stuff that she's asked me to fill out. Okay. And so, but without Beth in place, Catherine will be sitting there waiting forever because I don't know what I'm doing next day, but Beth, please get a hold of Catherine, and she has an email to me. Okay. She has several emails I'm supposed to be following up on. Okay. But because it's left up to me, it ain't getting done. And so you have my permission to respond on my behalf and rearrange my calendar and get Catherine whatever the heck Catherine needs or wants. Okay.
And I agree from your comment earlier, persistency is key.
Oh yeah, because Catherine hasn't left me alone about it. Okay. And that's a good mark of a great financial planner, is because she knows what I told her, what my goal is for me, my family, my finances, my retire. Well, I don't know if I ever retire, but the ability to just hop on a plane and go to, tomorrow morning if I wake up and want to go to Europe, I can just do it. regardless of how much the tickets are. Okay. And so, but without a good, solid financial planner, I fall into the trap that most business owners fall into is I make a crap ton of money and I have a crap ton of freedom and I spend a lot of money. And Catherine is there to protect me from me. Okay. And she does a very good job at that because the moment I said, hey, the moment she met my wife, let's just keep it real here. Okay. The moment I sat down with her and my wife and I said, this is what I want. This is what I want to provide for you, baby. This is what I want to do. This is how it's going to happen. She's like, oh yeah, we're meeting with Catherine. Absolutely. We're meeting with Catherine. You're going to do exactly what Catherine tells you to do. But without a good, solid assistant, Catherine might be waiting until next year to get all the stuff she needs from me. I'm just keeping it real. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's the moment I get off this call, somebody else has texted me or called me, and I love what the heck I do. It's not that I got to go do it. I love what I do. I don't want to be thinking about dotting an I and crossing a T. Okay. So think about your own business. And if you go back to our archives, you can pull that 4-list business systems audit. Gene will give it to you. Okay. Or Shira will send it to you and lay out what causes you stress. What are the tasks in your business you really don't like that you can offboard to somebody like Beth? Okay. Because it's like Christ said, the dude goes, oh my God, look at all this blessing. Look at all the scriptures say this. Look at all this blessing. Look at everything. The Lord's filling me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build more barns. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a couple of more barns so it can hold the increase. Okay. So he goes through all this effort. He builds a couple of barns and he's like, okay, now I've got room for more. And I'm just going to sit and be happy and be merry. And the Lord looks at him and goes, you fool. This very night, I'm taking your life and you're coming home. And now who's going to get it? Okay. Here's the point of the message. Today is the day. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You can't go back and change yesterday. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. Hope so. But why not go full bore and live the life you're supposed to live today? Okay. And if you can't do that, then literally lay out a plan. Okay, what is my next move? What's the next 1 hour a week I can free up? What is the next automation I can do? What is the next automate, delegate, or outsource all your weaknesses? What is one thing, not 2,500 things, one thing that I can do this week, okay, that will give me my time back? I'll tell you exactly one thing that applies to every single person on this call and anybody listening to the recording. You ready? I did this. I called my sister Sherry up and I'm like, listen, I just heard Roy Vaden just told me, he's like, man, find somebody to read your email to you while you're driving. Okay. Right. Find somebody who can read your email to you that you trust while you're doing something that doesn't require a lot, while you're driving, while you're, doing whatever. Have them read your email and then tell them how you want them to respond. And about a week or 2 weeks from now, they're going to be trained and you're going to get 10 hours a week of your life back because the only emails you're ever going to have to pay attention to are the ones that only require you. I'm like, damn, that's a brilliant idea. I was on my way to Orinda, California, from Sacramento, California, on the 680, just getting past the Caldecott Tunnel when I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm like, that is the most brilliant damn idea I've ever heard in my life. From a book called Procrastinate on Purpose by Roy Vaden, Royvaden. I called up my sister. I'm like, hey, I don't trust anybody else. Can I give you access to my email? And I'll let you know in the morning what my day's like. I'm sure I'm going to drive somewhere. If not, I'm just going to take a road trip, and talk to you or go for a walk with the dog and talk to you during that time. I need you to log into my email and read me my email. I'm going to tell you how to respond. And over about a 2-week period of time, you're gonna get trained on what I consider spam and a waste of my time. And you're gonna get used to how I personally respond. Now, this is before AI. Yeah. And I said, would you be willing to do that? She goes, well, how much are you going to pay me? Of course, she said that. She's my sister. She's in New Mexico. I said, well, I don't know. What do you think is fair? She goes, can you pay me $10 an hour? I'm like, done, sold. Let's do it. Yeah. So literally, let's see, it was a half hour a day. So it's at I dropped out of high school. So it's 2.5 hours a week. So what's that? 2.5, 5, 10 hours a month, $100. Okay. And I literally got 10 hours of my life back. You know, and if you want to know what that value is, just take your annual income, okay, divide it by 2,080, because that's full time technically, and you're going to find out what your hourly rate was. I think my hourly rate back when I talked to her was $768 an hour. And I'm like, $100 to get 10 hours of my life back per week times 4.3, that's 43 hours a month. What am I going to do? This is what, like, literally, I would imagine, Beth, if I said, Beth, would you do me a favor and a half-hour a day read me my email? Would you do that?
Yes.
Okay. And so cool thing is I think Sherry, it took her 2.5 weeks. We came up with this system in my Gmail called ASAP important later. And all she did was she would manage my inbox and drop stuff in there that only required my attention. And it was an average of 2 emails a day, down from over 100. And all I had to do was respond. And in some cases, she just called me up. How do you want me to respond to this? You know? And that got my time back. Now, here's a pro tip for all of us now that we live in the world of AI. Okay. Go to my LinkedIn. I challenge you to do this. Go to my LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X. I don't even know, Gene, if we're on TikTok or not. I don't know. Is send me a direct message. Just interact with me. Okay. And watch how I respond. Okay. And you can go back and watch all these recordings. It's going to look, feel, and smell like I responded. But Gene, am I the one responding? Who's responding, Gene? Can't hear you.
Me.
Oh, you're responding?
Yeah.
Cool. So Gene has a little John Pyron AI clone from all the videos I've ever done, all the speeches I've ever given, all the conversations I've ever had. And she used some AI tools to build John Pyron, the virtual John Pyron. And so when I get into communication in my LinkedIn, my Facebook, all this stuff, and I start and you respond, she takes your response, drops it in there. How would John respond? Boom, 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 boom. So by the time I actually talk to you, you're in my calendar. And remember when we implemented this like 6 months ago? I would show up to meetings and I go, so how did this meeting get booked? Well, you asked me to book an appointment. I'm like, I did? Yeah, remember we were chatting on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, really? Tell me about that. And so I go, by the way, that was Gene. And she goes, what? You know, and remember the client, it was like last I think September, Gene. It was a lady from Australia. I've been connected to the lady for like 4.5 years, apparently. And hey, I noticed we've been connected forever. Just wanted to check in. How are things going? And all of a sudden, I think it was like a week-long dialogue back and forth that I wasn't even a part of. And then I get booked for a 10-minute call. I show up, have about a 15-minute conversation with this lady, closed her on $1,000 strategy session. I just showed up and did the strategy. I didn't even process strategy session. Gene did. And Mark. Now, here's the point of this. It is not about me. I just want to make sure I'm very clear. These are systems and processes that are why are we as business owners working our tail off if we're not going to reap the rewards of our business? Okay. Every single person here can do this. I just had a conversation with a solar guy. I'm like, dude, my dad left when I was 10 and a half months old. I grew up with a stepdad that really wasn't even allowed to be a man. Okay. Took control of my life when I was 13. Drug addict, high school drug. I got a Narcotics Anonymous tattoo to prove it. Okay. No chance of success, and built $3 million companies. Why? Not because John Pyron's great, as I had great mentors, man. And I realized, and this is about you too, God does not create junk. Every single one of you here has a gift or a talent this world needs to have, and we got to get you freed up enough so you can share it more and not get bogged down in the stuff that drives you nuts. Okay? So when you get the opportunity to show up to this call every week, raise your hand, and I promise you we're going to deliver the solution you need. You don't have to hire me to get the answer. My goal would be show up here, get all the answers, go out and make a bunch of money. Then you can hire me and I'll help you figure out the next move. Take somebody else's money. Make sense? Okay. Anyways, I can go. I'm so fired up, Troya. I'm gonna freaking rock their world on Friday. Okay. It's gonna be the best. I'm gonna go on record right now. It's gonna be the best speech I've ever given. Okay. So if you're not there, you're going to miss it. Okay. So just when you buy your ticket, just go, John Pyron referred me. So that way Troy and I can keep a tally who wins this contest. Okay. Who's selling out IBN speed networking faster?
You'll have to send me an email because there's no field in there to put that. So
all right. Anyways, who else wants on deck? Okay, who else has got a problem, challenge, idea, question, clarity? We're here to help today. No one.
I have one. This is Rita.
Who? Rita.
Yeah.
Gotta be on video, man.
Oh, well, I'm driving right now, but
I know,
I'll
because
stop.
you're a good friend of mine. You're my client. You're in my mastermind group. You're the funnel godmother. I'm gonna make an executive decision exception right now.
Well, that's good, and I'm pulling over. So, I'm following the John Pyron lead. I'm doing a live weekly Q&A. It's called the Systems Rescue Power Hour, and on that call, when someone needs more help than what they can get right there, then I offer them a strategy call. And I set up the calendar appointment to let them book first and then offer them the form to fill out to answer. Oh, here I come. I'm coming on the, to answer the questions I need answered so I can I'm not really sure how I can do all kinds of great magic in 10 or 15 minutes, except for that they give me the information I need on the form. Is that how you do it? Is that how I can make such a big difference in their business in just 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah, great question. So here's what I think you're asking. Tell me if I'm clear. You want to know how to convert them into a paying client in a 10 to 15 minute phone call.
Yes, thank you.
Or Zoom. Okay. All right, cool. Before I get started, I want to point out something. I got a shirt on here. Okay. Check this out. This is cool. Check this hat out. Only reason I'm pointing out, Nancy Scar is on this call with MND Creations. Okay. In the past, I used to have to buy hundreds of these to get the pricing I got from her. Okay. I only asked for, I don't know, I think 6 hats, 6 shirts. Okay. She cranked it out. And so if you need any promotional products, swag, anything like that, go to Nancy at M&D Creations.
Hey, John, can I interject something real quick?
Yep.
I just want to say that we're excited to announce that Nancy at M&D Creations is our newest IBN sponsor for Knoxville. So very
Saw
happy
that.
to
I
have
saw
her
that
on
email,
board.
dude. Yeah.
And just very excited because I mean the IBM community in Knoxville already knows Nancy pretty well, but now we're just going to spread the word even more. So we're super excited to have her on board. So
Yeah. 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 Nancy and her daughter did a strategy session with me. Okay. And we're meeting again tomorrow morning for some additional Q&A. Okay. That for anybody else, I would normally be charging for. But because she's such a strategic partner, she did such a great job. I would refer her to my mother if she was still alive. Okay. She did a phenomenal job. And her daughter, that's why it's called Mother and Daughters, okay, Creations. Man, like we got to meet because her business is going to explode and she's going to have other problems. But Nancy, thank you so much, and thank you for agreeing to sponsor an IBN chapter. So
she's
definitely,
actually sponsoring the entire region. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. When we sponsor, we're doing the whole region.
all of Knoxville Metro. Yep. She's already a meeting leader at our North Knox Halls meeting. So just excited for the promotion there. So
Down, down. All right, Rita, let's do this. Okay, so
All right.
here's the deal. You're going after business owners, right?
Yes,
Every
yes.
single thing that we talk about in today's call affects you because you are the systems guru. Okay. You're
That's
the
right.
person that makes all this magic happen. You're the person that can automate, delegate, outsource. Okay.
That's right.
Everything off of a business owner's plate. So the first thing I would do is take that 4-list business systems audit. Okay.
Yep.
And when you get it, you have my permission to rebrand it, own it, make it look, feel, and smell like it was your idea. Okay.
Okay.
Number one. Okay. So you have it on recording. I'm lifting all the copyright stuff for you.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. So here's what I would do. You're going after small business owners, and especially if they are in the trades. Okay. If they're construction based, you are a godsend. Okay. You and Beth should become extreme power partners. Okay. Along with
Yeah.
Catherine, along with Nancy, along with Michael Colello, along with Jane, because Jane can handle all the health and if you can work your tail off and die of something because you don't take care of your health, and that's where there's people on here
Yeah.
that make that happen. But here's the point: you're dealing with a business owner, and here's one thing we know. If they are a business owner and they've been in business for at least 2 years, okay, and they are in the construction field and they are hustling like most contractors do because they have to, otherwise they have to go back and work for somebody, which is why they started their contractor business in the first place, and they desperately do not want to go back to work for somebody.
Right.
And so what they find themselves in after about 2 years is they got a business that takes care of their family, they're supporting their family, they're no longer in the survival mode in most cases. Okay. Here's the biggest challenge they now have. They've worked themselves into a job, not a business. Okay. They're working 65, 70 hours a week because not only do they have to go out and they have to go to the networking event to get the lead because they haven't yet figured out POI or Powerbase. Okay. They're spending a crap ton of money on Angie's List leads and all this other stuff that their friend, who's a guru who's actually never built a business, said, well, you should do this. And so they do it, and they spend all this money and they waste all this money. And so now they've built a job for themselves. They built a prison for themselves is really what they've done. Okay. 65, 70
Yep.
hours a week. They get the lead. They have to contact the lead. They have to set the appointment. They have to run the appointment. They have to do the estimate, and which happens at nighttime, by the way. Okay. Or
Yeah.
on the weekends, because during the day they're out delivering the projects they already did, doing a remodel, a bathroom remodel, a roof, a house, whatever. You name the contractor. This is how it is. Okay. They painted themselves into a prison. They get home, their wife and their kids are having a great, cool lifestyle, and they're not able to join them. Okay. They're missing dinners. They're working on Sundays. They're working on Saturdays. They're working every single day of the week. And usually around 40, between 40 and 53 years old, they're going to start having health problems. How do I know this? Because I've coached a lot of people in this space. Okay. And you're coming in and saying, hey, How would you like me to give you your life back? How would you like me as the funnel godmother? There's a reason somebody gave me the title of the funnel godmother. The reason that's been changed to your funnel godmother, because I potentially can be your personal funnel godmother. Okay. But what if I can give you, I don't know, what if I can give you 15 hours a week of your life back? Or actually, let's do this. What if I can give you 20 hours of your week back? And let's just be conservative. If half of what I just said is true, is it worth 10 to 15 minutes of your time? They're going to say yes 100% of the time. If they're not, find a local doctor to refer them to because they need a psychological checkup. Okay. So the other option, they're going to say yes. So you book the 10 to 15 minute call on Zoom, preferably. If they don't want to do on Zoom, I just changed this rule in my own company. You cannot have a 10 to 15 minute phone call with John Pyron anymore. Okay. Without my specific written permission to Shira or Gene, nobody gets 10 to 15 minutes of my time on an actual phone call. You can only communicate with me on a 10 to 15 minute Zoom meeting. So that way it can be recorded and I don't have to follow up on Jack because Shira and Gene follow up on all that. I show up, have a conversation, don't do nothing else. Okay. Now, fast forward back to you. All right. So you want to okay, it's on Zoom. Now here's what you do. Take that 4-list business systems audit. Okay. Make it mandatory. Okay. You can do this and go high level because you're a systems person. You got the back end to support this.
Right.
So the moment you book the appointment, have the form that you go and book the appointment, which triggers the auto trigger that sends them the 4-list business systems exercise. Now, the document that Gene's going to send you has the detailed instruction on what to do with that document.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything other than that. The only thing I would do, because if they're like me, I don't want to sit there and read all this. Okay. Hop on
Okay.
Loom, share your screen, read through it, make the Loom video a part of the deal. So that way there's a video instruction for people like me that don't like to read. Okay.
Perfect.
And so you tell them, hey, prior to our 10 to 15 minute Zoom meeting, I need you to go through this exercise. You don't have to send it to me. Don't send it to you. Do not want them sending this to you. You're just going to create more work for yourself.
Right.
Do this before our call. Okay. This will tell me if I can help you or not. And
Fantastic.
and so you get on Zoom and you say, share your screen with me. Share with me your 4-list audit. Well, I didn't get it done. Okay. Well, what part of filling that out prior to us talking did you not understand? Okay. We're going to go ahead and end the call right now because you set aside 15 minutes to talk to me and you can take the 15 minutes that you blocked out for me and get your deal done. And then you can reschedule. Okay. But only reschedule once you get it done. Okay. And if you don't want to get it done, then we don't need an appointment and you take it away. Most powerful sales strategy on the planet is to have a full pipeline where you take it away. Okay. You don't need them. Okay. So now they get on the 10 to 15 minute call and you go, okay, let's look at the list. All right. So here's all the tasks that you do as an owner, right? Yep. Okay. And here's all the stuff that you like to do, right? That you want to do more of. Yep. Okay. And over here, all the stuff that you actually like to do and you want to do more of. I noticed it's only 22 hours a week. Yeah. Okay, great. Here's all the stuff that you don't like to do, you shouldn't be doing. If you could get somebody else to do it, automate it, delegate, or outsource, you would never do it again. That's 43 hours a week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just curious. Now, here's the question, right? Get the transcript because this is perfect. Okay. If you said this to me and I'm that business owner, you're going to capture my attention right now. You're just going to say, you know what? I know we're only 4 minutes into this conversation, and pause. See what I'm doing here? I'm pausing for effect. And I just tell them, what I'm about to say to you could change your life. It depends on how honest you are with me. And I promise you our conversations stay in between us. The 43 hours a week that you're doing all this stuff that you really don't want to do, that is draining your energy, how is that affecting you? Pause. It'll be uncomfortable for about 30 seconds. Make them answer. Do not move beyond this point. Okay, this is how you go from a 25% close ratio to a 90% close ratio. People spend insane amounts of money, go into debt, rob banks, okay, when their pain is big enough. It's not about the pleasure sale. It's not about what you can do for them and your systems and your processes and all that other stuff. It's about, how is that affecting you? Well, I don't get to eat dinner with my family. I don't get to see my wife or my husband. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm so stressed out, Rita, you have no idea. And you go, really? Now here's the confronting you're going to practice this. You can tweak this based on your personality type. And when we're in our mastermind group call tomorrow, our group call, we can role play this, okay?
Okay.
But here's what I would say. I would say, you know what, Joe or Sally, my next question is not meant to offend you, but it would be a dereliction of duty as the funnel godmother not to ask this question. Okay? If I give you a solution to solve this problem and get you 20 hours a week of your life back, are you ready to do the work? Or do you just want to continue to complain about the problem? Oh, yeah, no, I want to do it. Okay, now I got them. All right, so I'll tell you what. Let me ask you this, because I know that we're right around, I asked you for 15 minutes, Joe, and we're right around 13, and I only got a couple minutes left. Okay. If I give you that solution, do you think that you can carve out a couple of hours to spend with me so I can go through all the details? Yeah. Okay. Because I know I can help you, and I really want to help you. Okay. But I don't know that either one of us can make a decision on a long-term commitment right now. Okay. But what we can do is we can get together for a couple of hours. I can get a lot more clarity around your current problems, your systems, things like that. And I can lay out a step-by-step strategic plan on how to get to where you want to go that you can either implement on your own or hire me to do portions of it. Okay. But at the end of the day, at least you're going to know what to do going forward and not play guesswork anymore. Okay. How would you feel about doing a strategy session with me? Oh, by the way, if we're still friends, then we can make a decision whether we should work together or not. Okay. They always laugh. And you go, what do you feel? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Now here's the deal. Don't talk price yet.
Okay.
Do not bring that up. Okay. What you do once they say, yes, I want to do a strategy session with you, go, great. What's your calendar like next week? And if you remember, always offer 2 options, never one option. What's your schedule like next week? I'm wide open. Okay, how about Tuesday or Thursday? Thursday, how about morning or afternoon? Morning, how about 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.? Never give somebody one option. It's easy to say no that way. Okay. Oh, let's do 11 a.m. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm going to send you an email with a calendar invite to that. I'm going to send you the 4-list business system. Well, you already did the 4-list business systems audit. I'm going to send you additional homework, and I'm going to send you an assessment link because you are a client of mine. You're in my mastermind group, so you get this customized assessment link. Gene, if it's not created, please work with Shira to get that created for Rita. You just need her logo. Okay. And I charge you my cost, which is like $5.25 because I'm not reselling it. Okay, you're just going to pay the cost, right? Have them do that assessment that you do, that I make everybody do, right? So now you know who they are, their behaviors, their strengths, their weaknesses, their skills, etc. So now you know how to consult them. Okay. You say, hey, can you carve out an hour and a half of time to do the homework before we meet? They're going to say yes. Say, okay, now I sent you the email. I'm going to send you the homework. Now, obviously, Joe, I don't do this for free. Obviously, Sally, I don't do this for free. And they're always going to go, I didn't think so. Okay. That's the most common response. And I go, but because you and I don't know one another, I'm going to do 3 things for you. Number 1 is I'm going to cut the fee in half. And at your skill level and at what you do and the impact you're going to have, no less than $750. Okay. So you tell them, hey, normally I charge $1,500 for this. Okay. Now, if they're in a startup mode, tell them, hey, normally I charge $1,000 for this, but for you, $500. I would never go below $500 for your skill level. There's no way in. Okay. And quite frankly, if they're a business owner and they can't afford $500, oh man, that's expensive. Really? So is being in jail. Okay.
Yeah.
If it costs you $500 to get out of jail, would you stay in jail? Well, no. Well, what would you do? Well, I put it on a credit card. I borrow it from Aunt Sally. Okay, well then let's set the appointment and go borrow it from Aunt Sally. Okay. Otherwise, if they truly can't afford $500, you lean forward on the Zoom and you tell them, here's the best advice I'm going to give you. Stop trying to be a business owner. I will help you. I'll refer you to somebody that can help you polish up your resume. You need to go back and get a job. Because if you can't make a decision around that, you're not willing to take a risk, you're not going to succeed in business. It's as simple as that. Okay. And you confront them. Okay. So debook the things. Hey, I'm going to send it to you. So normally I charge $1,500, $750. Does that work for you? Yep. Great. Okay. Number 2 is I'm going to guarantee it. Now you should do this, by the way, because I've seen your work and I've seen what you're capable of doing, and you're not going to have anybody to ask for a refund because you do such an amazing job. Okay. So you just say, hey, I'll guarantee it. If you don't feel it was valuable, here's your money back. Okay. Number 3, if we decide we're going to work together beyond the strategy session, I'll take the $750 and apply it as a credit towards whatever it is we work out. So we both have skin in the game. We both have to show up. You're going to get your plan regardless. Does that work for you? They say yes 96% of the time. Okay. So now what I want you to do, I want you to go back and listen to this recording, pull the transcript. Okay. Because you're working with me in one of my mastermind groups, you will get every single dang thing I talked about for free. Okay. Gene and Shira will make sure you got it. Okay. And implement it. We can role play it tomorrow on a mastermind call. But if you do that, you'll get 2 or 3 new clients every single week for the rest of your life going forward. Then you can teach somebody else how to do it.
Love it. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope that everybody here, if you're selling a service, okay, if you're selling a service, I promise you this will work. Okay. And if it doesn't work, go back and listen to this recording, find somebody on this call, do the chat window, become friends with them, role play this together. You don't need to come and talk to me. I'll talk to you. I'll take your money all day long. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But you can role play with anybody on this call. Everything I just said. Okay. But go out and make it happen. I want everybody to win here. I want everybody coming back here next week going, man, I tried what you said this week. Dude, it worked. Now I got a bigger problem. I have no idea what to do next. And you'll get the same coaching and the same consulting here. Okay. All right. Great call, guys. I will see you down at the IBN Speed Networking. Make sure that you send Choya a private email going, I registered because John Pyron. Okay. So that way he can code it. Okay. And that way Choya can take me out to dinner later on. Anyways, looking forward to seeing you, brother. I'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome.
Have a blessed week.